What's going on, guys? Mike with Chit Chat Gaming. So today I want to do a quick follow-up here video talking about the Nintendo Switch Lite, which I just recently picked up. I've had a couple of days with it now, so I want to go ahead and give you my general thoughts, whether or not I think it's worth it. Whether you are, getting a Nintendo Switch for the first time, whether you're, upgrading to a Nintendo Switch Lite. When I mean upgrade, I mean you're like trading in your current console to move to this one, or if you're just planning on having both the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite in your possession, whether or not it is worth it to get both. So like I said, I want to go and talk about that here today. So I want to quickly do here just kind of go over the pros, because really there's not a whole lot of cons around this here, but there is a lot of pros. Like I said, there's different ways to view this anyway. So I want to kind of go over that with you guys. So Nintendo Switch Lite here, one thing I love about it off top of the bat here is the feel of it. The feel, it feels amazing. That's lightweight. It's got that matte finish to it as well too, and the size is just perfect. And I'm coming from, like I said, from the original Switch here. So for me, the size of the Nintendo Switch Lite is like perfect here. I just like how it feels, much like going from the Nintendo 3DS, the new Nintendo 3DS XL, to the regular new Nintendo 3DS here. For me, I like the size of the smaller one here better. I have smaller hands, yes, I don't have big hands, but for me, I like the form factor here of the actual smaller version of the 3DS, much like I like the smaller version of this as well too. It fits in my pocket if I want to take it in my pockets, and it's just more so compact. It's just so much more smaller and stuff too as well. It's so much more compact, and it's just very nice feel to it. Like I said, it's got that matte finish to it, and it just feels great in the hand when you're playing it. You don't get that fatigue in your hands as well too, like you do get sometimes when you're playing games on here. Now, another thing too I definitely like is I do love the color. I love the presentation of it. It's a very beautiful device here, whether you get the blue, the gray, or the yellow, or if you get that Pokemon Sword Shield one here this fall. Whichever way you look at it here though, it's very, very inviting, and when it's sitting on the shelf and everything too, it looks great, but even looks even better and it's actually in person here out of the box. So I do like that as well too. The accents fit very well too with the actual buttons and the analog sticks being white and such too, and the triggers and everything, the Nintendo Switch logo on the back and everything. Just the feel and just the look of it in general, it just looks awesome here. Now another thing I do like too as well is I do like the D-pad, because like I mentioned before, on the original Nintendo Switch here, you had little buttons for the D-pad, whereas here you actually have a dedicated D-pad here. So I do like that as well too. It's another thing I do love. But as far as everything else goes, I mean, it's got the same screen as far as it being 720. You do get a little bit, maybe possibly a little bit better picture, because this is a little bit more smaller. This is a 5.5 inch screen opposed to the 6.2 on the original Nintendo Switch. So it might look a little bit better, a little more, not as fuzzy or anything and such as well too, but for the most part though, it's pretty much the same screen. So those are the things I do like about it here. Like I said, I love it overall in general here. I have nothing bad to say about it. Even the one thing everybody's complaining about, which is the bezel around here as well too, that doesn't bother me one bit. I think it looks fine. Like I said, it brings out that color and everything in the Nintendo Switch Lite itself. So moving on though, the negatives. There's not really much negative. The only thing I can pretty much say about the negativity on this thing is, of course, and it's the common sense ones, the ones that we know about before we even purchase this thing. And it's, in the case you don't, you can't dock it. So you can't dock it, there's no kickstand, which they very well could easily build a little kickstand, because let's face it, the one on the Nintendo Switch here is flimsy. It isn't that great anyways, but they could have built a little kickstand here that might be a little thicker as well too, maybe a little bit wider, it was a little bit stronger as well too. But again, this is not meant to be used in tabletop mode nor in dock mode. So this is strictly supposed to be meant for a portable console to be played in handheld only. So if you're looking at market, if you're in that market, then that's exactly what you're looking for here. That's exactly what you're going to get as well from the Nintendo Switch Lite. Another thing too, the sound is a little bit quieter because you have some speakers here along the bottom as well too. It definitely is a little bit quieter than the regular Nintendo Switch, not by much, but it still sounds amazing. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing. That's not a complaint. It's just letting you guys know that's one thing as well here too. But other than that, there's really not a whole lot of things I don't not like about the console itself. Of course, the whole entire save data. Everything's saved in the cloud. it's not that hard to do, really. I mean, if you have a Nintendo Switch original one here, you can easily just save your, do your cloud saves here, bring them over from the original Switch to this one here. You put the game in, and you can just upload your, your cloud save data as well too to continue playing the game. Now, the one that kind of stinks is that if you go on your regular Nintendo Switch here, you have to basically re-download as well too the cloud save data back onto this one. So that way you can play, because you can't play both at the same time as of right now anyways, from my understanding, from what I've noticed anyways. Another thing too, of course, just like with any other console, you have to re-download your online purchases to this one here as well too. So not a big deal, but it definitely can be done where you can switch back and forth. It works. It's a little bit of a headache, it's a little bit annoying, but it works, and it's not that big of a deal. Now here's the game breaker. This is a question that everybody's asked me about. As you can see the size, I've showed that in the last video as well too, between the two sides of them. It's basically one Joy-Con smaller, but it's just, the weight is ridiculous. It's so much more lighter, hence the name Lite, opposed to the original one here as well too. Now, the big question of course is, who is this for? So I will say this, I have a little bit of buyer's remorse. This thing was $199. Have a little bit of a buyer's remorse. The only reason why I say that is because I have the original Switch here, which of course is the upgraded version. This is the big boy version, if you will, of the Nintendo Switch products. So for me, do I really need this? Probably not, but I will say this is a great device for somebody who is brand new to the Switch market, who does not have a Nintendo Switch yet. This is for you. I'd probably go, especially if you play it, I would say that only if you play in handheld mode. If you're playing the Switch more in portable mode and handheld mode, then definitely go with this route. If you definitely want to dock it and play it, in front of the TV as a home console, shell out the $100, additional $100, and go with the original Nintendo Switch or the new Nintendo Switch, which is still the same thing pretty much. That's available now as well too in stores. So that's one thing here. Now, as far as trading this in to go to this here, I definitely say no, because you're not going from an Xbox One to an Xbox One X by any means, and nothing like that here. If anything, you're going from an Xbox One X down to the Xbox is what you're going to be doing if you trade in this one towards this. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, you're losing that that dockable feature as well too, to be able to play as a home console. You're losing, the tabletop mode. You're losing some HD rumble. You're losing the, the different features as well too, including the motion sensors. You still got the gyro as well too, but you're losing those IR sensors as well. Those are the main things you're gonna be losing. Plus, of course, with a bigger screen. But other than that, though, I definitely would not trade it in. I'd hold off on that here, because maybe they will bring out like a Switch Pro, like has been rumored. But I probably wouldn't trade it in unless you definitely just want a portable console only, and you like the look and everything of this console here. You want the D-pad and all that as well too. Then yes, then it probably makes sense to you if you don't plan on using this at all. But to save you a couple $100, or just to save you some time and probably get ripped off unless you sell it. If you go to like a GameStop or something like that, you're probably gonna get ripped off. But I probably just hold off on that as well too. But if you are like me though, and you're looking to get this as a second device, would I do it again? Probably not. And the reason why I say that, because really I love playing on this thing. It's enjoyable. I've been playing on this like crazy. Been playing Link's Awakening. Played some the Ori and the Blind Forest demo, which by the way is amazing. I can't believe how great that game looks on Nintendo Switch. But for me, would I go back and repurchase this again? Probably not. Like I said, I'm having some buyer's remorse. I do have time to return it. It's definitely going on in my head. I'm thinking about it. Most likely I won't. I'll keep it, of course, because I can't get over the feel. It just looks amazing. It feels amazing. I prefer to play with this, honestly, because I play a lot in handheld mode. I do play on dock every once in a while, and when I do play in handheld mode, I usually just use this here. But I'm telling you, once you go to this, if you're using it for handheld mode, it's hard. It's hard to go back to just this here anyway. So, but this definitely feels more sturdier. It feels more bulkier. It feels more of an upgrade opposed to this. This would also be good for Christmas presents for your kids as well too. I think you're gonna see a lot of these underneath Christmas trees come this holiday season. But the big question is it worth it? Absolutely. If you are new to the Switch market, then definitely worth it. Or if you're buying it for kids, you don't have a Nintendo Switch at all. But I would say if you're looking to trade in towards this, probably not. And like I said, unless you are playing it in handheld mode exclusively. But if you're looking to get it for a secondary Switch just to have along this one here, if you can afford it, and if you can, if you have to have the newest technology, if you need it as well too, or you just love the look of it, but you want to play in handheld mode, you want it for a secondary, you want this to be your primary, or this to be your primary, this to be your secondary, then yes, it'd probably work out for you as well too. But like I mentioned, I am having a little bit of buyer's remorse because, like I said, it's $200 that I still had to spend out of my pocket here. I did not get this free or anything. I get this sent to me. But I had to spend in my own pocket to basically, fill my needs anyways. So again, like I said, I just want to do a quick video here talking to you guys about what I think about Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch Lite, and whether or not I think it is a, worth it to you guys, if it's a valuable product for you to own if you already currently own a Nintendo Switch, or if you're in the market for a Nintendo Switch. So guys, leave me a comment down below here. Let me know what you guys think here. Do you have both? Are you wanting to get one? Do you not have one at all? Are you looking to upgrade, etc., etc.? Let me know what you think here. Of course, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you get notified of all my latest videos. Once again, this has been Mike with Chit Chat Gaming saying, happy gaming.